Okay, what's up, everyone? So, you're bad at Smash, but you think you're good. Let's talk about why exactly you think that way. So, there was a study done by a guy named Dunning and another guy named Kruger. The psychological effect is actually called the Dunning-Kruger effect. And it's basically about someone who is new to something, or rather a beginner at something, and they tend to think that they're a lot better than what they are. It's like in the words of this, the combination of poor self-awareness and low cognitive ability that leads them to overestimate their own capabilities. So basically, they think they're just better than everyone else because they don't realize how bad they are, and they don't realize that they aren't as smart or as good at this task as they think they are. I think this represents a lot of Smash players, because these Smash players, they think that when they're starting out, you think, okay, this is just fun. I'm just gonna play this game, it's chill. And then you get a little bit into it, and you're like, okay, I kind of know what I'm doing. And then you get a little more into it, and you're like, wow, I'm a god. I'm amazing at this game. And then you kind of, once you reach that level, then you like box yourself in. You start creating echo chambers, of players that are about as good as you, and then you never really evolve. You never really grow out of that until you do. So, like, for example, you might, like, in Meta Knight Court, I've noticed a lot of people kind of create an echo chamber, and they kind of just don't want to see any creative things that are done with their character. They kind of just want to stick to ladder combos. They don't want to fuck with, like, fair one combos. They don't want to fuck with, like, a lot of other stuff. Like, their bridge and ladder combos, that's theirs. And they're like, okay, yeah, bridge and ladder, that's how you play Meta Knight. Simple as that. Don't play neutral. Just fish for a dash attack until you get ladder and bridge. There's a problem with this mentality, and that problem is, it's obvious what the problem is. It's obviously that you won't improve at the game if you kind of box yourself in. And you start thinking that you're so good that you don't want other people to prove to you that you're not as good as you think. And so you start, like, just avoiding better players, and you're not very secure in your skill when it really counts. Like, for example, you might go to a tourney and you're like super confident, but you're also nervous because deep down you know that you're not a great player. You know that you aren't at the level that you think you are, and it sucks. It's the worst feeling ever, and you're too scared to improve or to ask someone to help you improve. But you shouldn't be too scared to ask somebody to help you improve. That's always the first step in improvement. I've probably gone through like 5 or 6 or 7 teachers at this point, just teaching me so many things about this game that I didn't know. And every time I thought that I had reached like my maximum capability, I always found someone that proved to me that that was wrong, and that I was wrong to think that way. And there was always just new tech that I would have to learn and stuff like that. Like, for example, before I would see these things with Meta Knight, and I would be like, oh, well, that doesn't really have a use, so I'm not going to learn it. That kind of mentality is what doesn't let you grow. Like, for example, let me think. Ledge trumping. So at first, when I saw ledge trumping, I was like, what? What is this garbage? I'm never going to use this. And, like, ledge trumping is really useful. And even if it's not, even if, like, we're talking about, like, say, reverse down tilt, okay, that's not that useful, but it still is useful. It's useful in some cases, and you can apply it to, like, some, like, specific situations. Like, for example, you can do a drag down back air with Meta Knight, and then you can do a reverse down tilt to, like, trip them or to jab block them, whatever. But yeah, so like even these niche techs, even these niche pieces of tech, you should always try to learn them. A lot of people are just like they have too much pride to teach themselves new tech in fear that they'll realize that they're not as good as they really are, and they're just boxing themselves in. They're not letting themselves grow, which is the most unhealthy mentality ever. So that's pretty much the Dunning-Kruger effect, and it applies to Smash in so many ways. So please be as humble as you can. And if you're as humble as you can be, then you will never have problems in this game. So for me personally, I was a very, very egotistical person when I really wasn't that like good. I really wasn't that good when I was very egotistical when I started out. That's how I'm able to just get into the mentality of someone who's affected by the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's because I had that same mentality, and I had to break out of that mentality, and it's very, very difficult to do. So I don't expect anyone watching this video to just think, oh, well, I'm just gonna stop doing that then. No, I don't. I don't expect anyone to have that level of maturity because it did take me a while, but if you do, then that's incredible. Like, I recommend joining a good crew server. I'll link one in the description, but if you really want to improve, then you can. There are resources out there to help you improve. So just, if you feel like you're just not humble enough, or you're not, as good as you think you are, then become as good as you are, so that you can earn that pride. You can earn that ability to be egotistical about your skill. I mean, obviously, I think being humble it's very important, even at the top level. I mean, the best player in the world, MKLeo, he's a very humble person himself. But honestly, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say about this. It's just something that I've noticed a lot in the Smash community, and it's something I've noticed a lot in players who are usually at like the mid-level that can't really break out of that level. There's a ton of videos that are like how to break out of mid-level play or some stuff like that, and it doesn't really help, because the people who are at that level don't really want to get out of it. They're just watching the video in skepticism. They're like, oh, I want to look at the comments and see how these actual noobs are thinking. But I'm a god, so I don't need to watch this video. Every new video you watch, you should always take as much as you can from it. Like, there's some videos that genuinely teach you a lot about the game, and I think some of those videos you could be missing out on if you don't click on them and you don't watch them. A lot of videos, a lot of resources on YouTube. And please, you're alone. You're not losing anything by watching that video. It's not gonna hurt your pride to think, oh look, there's a video I could watch that could help me to improve. And I'm just not going to watch it because I think that I already know all of the information that he's covering. And you probably do. Like people are very repetitive on this platform. They talk about the same shit over and over again. But you could still watch that 10-minute video talking about stuff you already know. Because there could be one piece of advice that could help you improve so much in that 10-minute video, even if the whole idea of the video doesn't help you. So, I mean, that's I went over the Dunning-Kruger effect, and it's just something that I've noticed a lot in the Smash community. I really don't want to see it anymore, and I really want everybody who's playing in tournaments, I want everyone who's playing in voice chats and in the community in general to just understand that you might not be as good as you think you are. And your pride shouldn't let you do that. Your pride shouldn't allow you to wall out other people who are potentially better than you at the game just because you don't want to hear it. So just keep that in mind. I'll see you guys next time.